Have you been wondering how you can get a house under contract so you can wholesale it? Well, how would you like a real life example? That's exactly what we're going to go over today in today's video, so stay tuned. So let's explore what you need to get a house under contract. Well, obviously, if you want to get a house under contract, if you understand what getting a house under contract means, it means you need someone to sign paperwork, right? You need someone to sign a contract. Under contract, right? You need a contract. So what kind of contract do you need? Well, you need a real estate purchase contract that is assignable, not just a regular Rep C that you get from the state. If you're a real estate agent, you need an assignable contract. Well, where do you get it? You can get it from an attorney. You can get it online. I have one. They're actually everywhere if you know where to look, but you need an assignable real estate contract. So when you sign it with the seller that you're working with and you're assigning it to one of your buyers, you need to be able to assign it to their entity or to them so you can make that fee. So you're gonna need a real estate contract that is assignable. How do you do it virtually? Well, why am I talking about it virtually? Because most of the deals that I do and that I teach people to do can all be done from your computer, from your bedroom, from your house, from the beach, anywhere virtually. You can do deals if you live in Israel. There's a lot of people that live in Israel, South Africa, that live all over the world, Australia, that are doing deals virtually in the United States as wholesalers. So how do you do it? Super simple. If you have a real estate purchase contract that is assignable and you go meet the seller in person, you have them sign that right there. So if it's virtually, you're talking to the seller and you say, hey, I just sent you the contract via DocuSign, PandaDoc, any of these signing softwares. You just send it to them, they sign it, and bada bing, bada boom, that's it. You just have them sign it virtually. There's literally no difference. Even when a seller lives in Utah, and I'm in Utah, and they're like, hey, do you want to see the house? I'm like, hey, I don't really need to see the house. I live pretty close. We don't really need to meet. And I do my inspection after I sign the contract with you. We don't have to go. I don't have to go over there. So I don't even go to sellers' houses, even in my own backyard, because I can just get it done virtually from my own home. I don't need to go see it. And I send them a DocuSign or a PandaDoc to sign and it's over. So doing it virtually is literally the same thing as in person, other than, well, it's not literally the same thing, but you just don't go. You just send them something to their email. Super, super simple. Okay. Like I told you, I'm going to show you a real life example. I actually have a video of me calling a seller and getting him under contract over the phone. This deal was in Florida, never seen the property, never met the seller, but I was able to get it under contract without even going and shaking his hand. I was able to do it all over the phone, all over the email, virtually. Okay, but before we get into that video, I want to ask you if you will please do me a favor. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. It helps me grow this channel so we can get this content in front of more people and you'll be notified of more videos. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video of the real life example, the breakdown. Okay, let's dive in. All right, let's give him a call. Calling right now.
Yeah,
Hey, Matthew, how you doing?
I'm alive and kicking.
Matthew, my name is Nathan. I just got off the phone with Daniel, one of my business partners, and he was telling me that you're interested in selling the property. So I wanted to see if you had a couple minutes to chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he said he kind of gave me a little bit of the rundown of what's going on. That you need to sell the house by February 2nd. Is that correct?
Well, I'd like to have it closed before that if I can. Yeah.
I think he said that it's in pre-foreclosure. So is there an auction date on February 2nd where it would get auctioned at that date, or is there an auction date at another time?
There is an auction date set, and it's February 7th.
So you'd like to get it done, obviously before that, like February 2nd is the goal, or before, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you have about 10, 15 minutes so we could go over things? Because I think we might be able to work something out.
Yeah, I got plenty of time. I'm retired. Don't do anything. So.
Oh, well, must be a nice feeling, huh?
No.
Oh,
not when shit like this happens.
Yeah. Well, he kind of gave me an idea that it was rented and the renters left it in a mess, and now it's just needs a lot of work. Is that kind of the situation, or is there something else?
Yeah, that's about it. Evicted the tenants back in November because of non-payment, and let's put it this way here. I had a 30-yard dumpster brought in to clean it out.
A 30-yard dumpster?
Yep, and I put a lot of stuff out to the curb also.
Well, that's amazing because the house isn't that big. I mean, the house is what, like 900 square feet around there?
No, that's it's more towards 1,085 or so, yeah, something like that.
Okay. Gotcha.
It shows up as less because they never changed the figures when the front porch was closed in.
Oh, okay. So it's got an addition on it then.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
The front porch was closed in, so that's like an extra, I think, 14 by 8 on top of what the other measurement was.
So with this property, how far are you behind on your payments with the mortgage, like to catch it up? If we were just to catch it up for you and take over the property's payments.
Years and years and years.
Do you have kind of an idea, like a payoff of what they're telling you your payoff is if you were to get it current?
There's no getting it current. It's got sale date, so it's like I have to pay them $43,200 and some odd dollars. And like I told you, buddy, I have a judgment against me. When I'm looking for $50,000 with the judgment against me. The judgment is against me, not against the house.
Okay.
And after the sale of the house, all proceeds left must go to that judgment. It won't pay the judgment off, but it stops them from coming back at you and trying to say, "Oh, wait a second, we got to get our money." No, sorry, you were paid with proceeds, and Mr. McCormick still owes you.
Yeah.
You'll get it when he dies.
Well, that makes complete sense. So it won't pay off the full judgment, but it's at least going to cover a little bit of it, right?
Yep. You're talking about a little over $7,000 would go towards the judgment. I won't walk out without a penny. It's just the mortgage has to be paid off and the balance goes towards the judgment. If I don't send them the money for the judgment, they will come back and try to do something to they'll file a paper in the court to try to put a levy on the house.
Okay, gotcha. Well, I'm interested in purchasing.
To prevent levy, money has to go to them.
Well, we can get that all set up.
They can't do anything against you.
Yeah, we can get that all set up at title. So when we purchase the property, they're going to be able to divvy it up to pay off the mortgage, and then the rest could go towards the judgment. I mean, we can get that all figured out.
Yeah.
So I have a couple questions because I am interested. Did this just creep up on you, or were you trying to sell the property like before now, and you just didn't get any no bites, or people just like left? Like what happened? Because I know this. I'm just curious.
I've had 3 different contracts, and each time they just dragged their feet and dragged their feet and dragged their feet. The one contract expired today.
I'm curious because I do like to leverage other people's knowledge because I know a lot of people in the industry. At what price did they have that contract at? Because I'm assuming maybe it was a little too high and they couldn't get it done. So what price was the contract for?
They could have gotten it done. I had one SOB offered $25,000, and he was well aware of my whole situation.
Okay.
But a lot of them are just trying to screw around because they know I have a judgment against me because I have the foreclosure pending.
Yes.
And they know if I lose it, they can go to the courthouse and put a bid on it.
Yeah, that's really frustrating.
Yeah.
So do you feel like that's happened a couple times? People just wanted to lock you up and waste your time?
Oh, yeah, because they all insisted on, they all tried to insist on a 30-day, 30 work day, contract.
Oh, wow.
And no, that's not going to happen.
Well, yeah, you don't have that much
Yeah.
time. So curious, for the person that canceled today, I'm just curious, what price did they have the contract for? Did you say 25,000?
No, that was one of the earlier ones. The one today, originally they were going at 60,000.
Okay.
And you're getting close, and well, we can't say we can only they wanted to gut and remodel the whole thing.
Right.
I mean, there's a building in the back of the property. It's an old bathroom from a house that burnt down in '99. That has always been set up as a laundry room. These guys all say, well, oh no, you can't have a laundry room in a separate building. We want to take the bathroom out of here, put the laundry room there, put into the office area that you have, put that into, make that the new bathroom.
Okay.
And we don't know what's going to involve, so we're going to have to take it right down to the studs, the basic floor.
Right.
Beams. Anybody can come up with figures of 70, 90, 80, or $100,000 for remodeling.
Of course.
But the area doesn't warrant that.
It doesn't. No, I looked at the comps and it looks like the properties that are there aren't like fully remodeled. They looks like people buy them almost in as is condition. They just have to be somewhat livable. They have to be livable, right?
Yeah. This is a rental city.
Yeah, of course.
This city is a rental city. Okay. All right, I'll be nasty and I'll say the stupid thing I shouldn't say, but in the United States, the average rental have a rental
Hmm.
in any city, it's about 40 to 42%.
Okay.
Leesburg is the exception. They are the nation's capital. They run roughly about 80 to 86,000, 80 to 86%, as rental.
Wow. So it sounds like a great area. What happened? I guess what happened with the renters? Did they just do were they like just terrible to the property? What ended up happening with that?
I got suckered into letting them get in there on a charitable, somewhat charitable basis because they were going to be losing their place.
Gotcha.
And
Gotcha.
I knew the minister that was trying to find them a place. After that, after they got in, everything went downhill.
Well, I respect the fact that you were trying to help them with charity. That's important and that's good. But yeah, unfortunate when it backfires for sure.
Yeah.
The
foreclosure started back in, I think, 2014.
Oh wow, yeah. So to catch this thing up, it's not going to be possible. It's either you're going to lose it or you got to sell it.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
My principal balance on the loan was $25,000.
Gotcha.
The rest is all interest and penalties and
lawyer attorney fees and all that garbage. Well, so this is the information I would like to know. So when that buyer who canceled the contract, did they try to renegotiate with you and say, hey, I can get this done for 40,000, or did they just say, I got to go?
They originally started at 60, then they came back and they said, well, we can only see 45.
Okay. And what was your response to that?
I went with a little bit higher than that. Well, we'll have to look, and I'm sure we can do something. We don't want to see you become homeless. Yeah. And then I never had any contact with them again.
That's interesting.
About 10 days, 10 or 11 days.
Yeah. Well, you don't live there. So when they said we don't want you to be homeless, I mean, that doesn't even make sense because you don't live there, right?
Yes, it does. It does. It does.
Oh, because
the mortgage on that, years ago, back around 2008, when the recession hit, Leesburg lost tons and tons of residents because there was no work.
Gotcha.
That's when everything started to go downhill on us. Put in for a mortgage modification. They did a mortgage modification, and I have never used one house as collateral for another.
Okay.
They stuck it in the contract on that house. They stuck in the modification that the house I live in is collateral for that.
Okay.
And I was not aware of that until December.
That's frustrating.
I went down to the courthouse and I demanded I requested a certified copy of the judgment so I could show somebody that had a contract to buy. When I saw the certified copy, that showed the two houses being connected.
Okay.
One as one where they take it and they're going to take the second one. So yes, that would make me homeless.
Well, I'm glad that I'm fortunate, but I'm glad I know the full story. Is there anything else that I should know in order to, completely understand the situation?
The judgment I have against me is, they say it's 87,000. It actually should be down to about 47,000. And that was from a foreclosure on a different house where they would not waive the deficiencies. That one I think is going back to 2008.
Okay, so that's 47,000.
That's where the
judgment.
Yeah, that's where my judgment comes in. So if I throw them a bone of like $7,000, they can't say or do anything about it. They have to accept whatever the hell I can pay them.
Gotcha.
But if I was to sell it for $100,000 and throw them $7,000, no, they'd be after me for everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. Wow. All right. I'm sorry. It's unfortunate. I'm sorry that this happened. We got enough time to make this happen before February 7th. I'm gonna have to close deals faster. I'm just trying to figure out if there's any more questions I have for you. Are there any other options you've explored to sell this other than to sell it to a cash buyer like me? Have you thought, is there any other ways that you're looking at, or is it really just this is your only option?
I've contacted some friends and relatives and tried to borrow, and I'm still waiting on some replies, but at this point, I haven't been able to, get more than a $10,000 promissory.
Oh, gotcha. Sounds like this is the only option. If we can help you out, or maybe you're talking to some other people. I don't know if you're bouncing around trying to see who can help. I just like to know the full situation so I can be of most help.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I am waiting on response from some other relatives and things. Although I'm old, so a lot of my relatives have already kicked off.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I'm assuming this is that you're talking to other cash buyers as well, or are we kind of the only ones at this point, and you're hoping we can get it done?
At this moment, you're the only one I've
Okay.
spent the time talking to.
Okay.
Others I've just told sign the contract. That's it.
So if you're okay, I can kind of tell you what we can do to help, and if it's something you like, we can proceed, and if not, no harm, no foul, no pressure. I just want to be completely transparent with you, because this is we're at a point right now where this is like a game time, right? It's like do or die.
Yep.
Okay. So the way we do business is I personally live in Salt Lake City, Utah, but I invest in areas all over the country, rentals, fix and flips. It depends on the area, depends on the property. So the way I work is we sign an agreement with the seller. We send in our partners that work with us to inspect the property. So we have to pay, we have to send our people out. And for this one, I mean, we'd have to get working on it immediately, because I'm not trying to come up to my back against the wall and put you in a bad spot. So that's how we work. We would send some people out, just to verify the condition, see how much it would cost. I would be completely real with you. I wouldn't say, hey, this is down to studs, $150,000. I would say, look, this is what we found. Now, if it works out and we're able to make money or help you get out of this situation, we'll close on it before February 2nd. That the goal would be on or before February 2nd. But I just want to let you know, I can't sit here right now and just say, hey, I promise you I'll buy your house. I can tell you from looking at the numbers that it makes sense. 45,000. If we were to purchase it for 45,000, it looks like we could put, depending on how terrible the condition is, but probably put 30 to 40 in it. We're in about 80, and we could probably rent it out. We could probably resell it for an ARV of around 120, 140, because I did see that there are a lot of mobile homes south of you that are selling in that range. So that's the strategy. And if you're okay with working with me, I'd love to send you a contract and get working on this, but I just don't want I don't want to give you the wrong expectation that no matter what, at this very moment, I'm buying this house, because I have to obviously go send my people in and just make sure.
Yeah, but unfortunately, right now it's down to the wire where by the time you get all your people in and back and forth, I'm locked in on something, and I can't do anything else if it falls through.
Yeah.
So
I totally get that. So the only thing that I could say to you about that is you give me less time to do it. I wouldn't lock you up for. We'd have to do whatever you feel comfortable with, because I have to have an agreement so I can get the process going. Because I can't just say, okay, you don't want to agree with me, let me send my people out, because you might sell to someone else. It might just be a complete waste of both of our time. But if we can work out something where we negotiate a time period, a price where you feel comfortable, I feel comfortable, I can get this done for you, because I've done this before. But we just have to both be on the same page.
Well, I'm going to have to talk to my neighbor right now, and he's expressed an interest in the house, and he and I have been friends for a long time now. Yeah, like I told you, I've lived in this right here. Actually, the house that's in foreclosure is actually the house I bought when I first moved down here 33 years ago.
And I'm assuming with your neighbor, since you're probably close with him, you'd probably, if he wanted to buy it, you'd probably just sell it to him for what you owe on it. Is that right? Or
no matter what I do, I have to show something for the judgment people.
Okay, something above what you owe, correct? Yeah. Or whatever the 43,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I owe 44, I have to give them at least $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, or they will come back and start screaming and trying to, and then you're hit with an expense of a court thing.
Yeah.
A lawyer explaining we paid cash, and we have no responsibility for paying his debt.
Right. We'd want to avoid that for sure. Well, what do you think would be the best way to work together? Because I am interested in buying the property. I mean, I buy properties in Florida. We work in that area, but I hate to just lie and not be honest with you about how the process goes, because I don't want to make you have some sort of feeling of certainty when it really depends on the process. What would make you feel more comfortable in a perfect scenario, perfect world? What would you want for a cash buyer like me to do?
Like I said, 50,000 would be the lowest I'd go. Yeah.
Okay.
I had the first person first contract I had they backed out, and the gal that was a contact person, she told me she couldn't believe that they didn't go the price, but they would go 55. So I also have a chance to contact. They went through the whole process, through the contract and the estimating of what the new repairs and stuff would be, and they came back, told her that the most we could give them is 55, and they let the contract expire. I can contact them and see if they're still willing to go to 55. If they are, I'd have to jump on it.
Okay, so you have. It seems like you still have that option available to you. You're saying you got a 55 potential, but it looks good.
Yeah.
But with me, you're saying if I can do 50, if I can, give in a short amount of time, go in there, send my contractors, my partners through, and give you a solid yes with earnest money deposit and everything where it's solid. Would you be willing to give me that?
Can you ask me that again tomorrow, and we go from there?
Yeah,
let me talk to my neighbor and to the previous person.
There's absolutely no pressure on my end. I want you to be able to get this done, so I'm not pulling this off of the table by any means. But the only issue is the amount of time I have. Because if we were to agree on something, I would get working on it right at this very moment because we don't have a lot of time. So you can wait tomorrow. That's fine. But if we were able to agree on something right now, I can tell you we would have someone. We would have an answer to you this week. Well, hold on. Today's Thursday. So, I mean, if you gave me until Tuesday and it doesn't work out, you would have still about 2 weeks to reach out to the 55 and talk to your neighbor. And I would cancel the contract and the agreement to tie you up. No problem. If you just gave me until Tuesday.
At what price?
You know me, sir. I mean, I'd love to be as low as possible. I mean, and I know you want to be as high as possible. Yeah, could we do 50?
I'm willing to go 50. Okay. As long as that's it, because I've got to put something towards that judgment.
I completely understand your situation. You got to be able to show them something so they don't come after you anymore and they gave you a break.
No. So it doesn't go after you. They're going to be after me until I die. Then they're going to come after this house to get whatever the balance is.
Yeah, of course.
But if I don't give them anything upon the sale, they know I own that house and I sell it. They'll see that I sold it. And if they don't get their portion out of it, they're going to be after you. Okay. They're going to tie you up with, he's not allowed to, he can't sell that without
we're going to have to make
creating a legend.
We'll go through title and make sure everything's clear before we buy it, right? Because obviously I'm not buying a house where they're like, okay, you're inheriting this judgment. We're going to make sure it gets taken care of. So we'll probably have to start.
A house doesn't get a judgment. A house gets a lien.
Right.
But a person gets the judgment. And that's what's against me is a judgment.
Yeah, I know. I just bought a property in Columbia, South Carolina, where the deceased owner had a judgment on him. So we had to go through this whole process, but we got to clear it up. So I'm not too worried about it. We'll be able to figure it out. But if you're willing to get this going and not waste any time, let's agree on 50. Give me a due diligence period until Tuesday. I'll give you a solid. We're ready to go. I'll give you earnest money, and we'll proceed and we'll close before the 2nd. That will be the goal.
The target date.
Yes. Do you have a deal?
Yeah.
Okay. So all I need to do is send you an agreement, and I'm just going to walk you through it. I'm assuming you're by a computer or a phone, and I can send it to you over to you right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm kind of computer illiterate, so when it comes to signing, you'll have to walk me through it.
That's the goal, sir. That's why I go through this, because the deal is I don't want you signing anything you don't feel comfortable with. So I'm going to send it to you right now. I'm going to fill it out, and we're going to go through it together while I'm on the phone with you. What's your email, by the way?
LINYFLA Matt with 2 T's 53 at outlook.com.
Okay, let me make sure I got it again. I got LINYFLAMATT 53 at outlook.com. Is that correct?
That's correct. As long as that was Long Island, New York, Florida. Yes.
Is it Long Island?
Huh?
Yeah, Long Island. That's what it stands for, huh?
Yeah, Long Island, New York, Florida, and my name and my date of birth.
Are you from Long Island?
Yeah. Well, actually from, the city, New York City.
Oh, okay.
I was born and raised in New York City, but I spent all my summers out in Riverhead, Long Island. 18 years in the city, 18 years in Farmingdale, Long Island. Then I moved to Florida.
Oh, wow. Well, how's
I'm
Florida
here
treating? How's Florida treating you?
Well, I don't have to shovel snow.
Yeah, I'm in Salt Lake, so it's been snowing pretty heavy out here. It took me like an hour and a half to shovel my snow over here. It was kind of ridiculous, but that's just how it goes.
That's what they make snow blowers for.
I know. Yeah, I haven't quite splurged on one yet.
Shame on you. That's what I did for a living in New York. My last few years, I worked as a lawnmower mechanic.
Yeah.
For a while, I was a truck mechanic. Then I went back to lawnmowers, and I always sold snow blowers.
Well, there you go. I got a neighbor who actually picks up like snow blowers and all those things that like need work, and he fixes them and he resells them. So
Yeah.
he seems to do pretty well.
Yeah, there's money to be made in them.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so I'm just writing up the agreement. I want to make sure I have the right information. So Matthew McCormick, you're the one on title.
Yeah, I'm the only one.
Okay, 2512 West Main Street, Leesburg, Florida. Is that right?
That's the property that's you're buying.
Okay, purchase price 50,000, and let's put this here. So I'm giving myself until Tuesday for the due diligence period, because I'm not here to tie you up, waste your time. So I have until the 24th. Okay.
That's right.
Deposit. I'll do $500. We don't really even lose our earnest money deposit unless we go past our due diligence and back out. So I'm going to let you know on Tuesday it's a done deal or not. Let's see. Close date on or before February 2nd.
Second. That way there the bank has enough time to get their money, and the lawyer has enough time to say, oh, well, we don't have to proceed any further.
Exactly. All right. Well, I'm sending this to you right now. Let me know. It should be in your email in the next, let's say 20 seconds, because I just sent it. Let me know if you pull it up and can pull it up at the moment, and we'll read through it right now together. I'll sign my part and you'll sign yours if you're ready to go.
All right.
All right. Can you check your email?
Residences or other real estate. Yes.
Okay, you got it. All right, so let's go through this. I'm just going to go over pretty quickly, just kind of a brief summary. I'm sure you've seen these before. I just want to make sure you feel comfortable and confident signing this before we move forward. So it just says the contracts today between you and my company for the address 2512. Purchase and sale of the property is that address. Purchase price, 50,000, like we chatted about. Due diligence deadline, Tuesday, the 24th of this month. Prorations, that talks about taxes. Obviously, we're going to get that all taken care of at title. Defects, that's, you're letting us know if there's any hazardous materials in the property. That's why we do an inspection anyway, so there's no problem. No judgments. Of course, we're going to handle that. We're going to talk to title about that and get that figured out. Possession, at close, we want possession of the property. Inspection and contingency, we already discussed this. We're going to go inspect the property. Risk of loss, if we buy the property and something happens to it by the time we close it, we'd have to renegotiate if it's been destroyed or something happened other than what we agreed on. Acceptance right now, deposit $500, closing date 2/2/23, on or before. Other agreements, this just talks about we're buying the house in as is. We're able to get an appraisal if we need to. We can work with partners on this deal. And if we go past the due diligence period, you get our earnest money if we back out, and you agree that you're selling this property to us in this time frame and you're not going to sign with anyone else. 15 is time is of the essence. That means we have the time allotted to us to purchase the property. Marketing, when we buy properties before we close, we reach out to people, let them know that we're purchasing the property so we can be prepared to resell it quickly. Buyer's disclosure, we have to tell you that we are looking to make a profit on this. So if you see that we flip it and make money or sell it, you're not coming back to us and saying, "What, I could have sold it for more," right? That's what we have to do. Default.
If you sell it for more, I'll laugh like hell.
Sorry, what?
If you sell it for more, I'll laugh like hell.
All right. 18 is if this for some reason we have to go to court over this property, it just describes the attorney fees, who pays for what. 19, you acknowledge, seller acknowledgement, you acknowledge that me and you have agreed on this. I didn't make you do this. And 20, prohibition. And that's pretty much it. So curious, how do you feel? Do you feel confident signing this right now?
Well, I'm looking back at 18.
Yeah, let's talk about 18. So basically what this talks about is if you are to, sue us for some reason and we get upheld in court, we don't want to pay for your attorney fees.
I think I can live with that.
Okay.
Some of the contracts that they've sent to me was so freaking. Are you in? Yeah, sure. Yeah, 16 pages. Oh, geez.
Yeah, forget that, right? Well, I'll sign my portion right now as the buyer. So I'm signing mine. Just are you able to work it on? Are you on your phone or are you doing it on a computer?
On the computer.
Okay. All you have to do is click on where it says signature for you.
That's not a signature. That's a printed.
Yeah, it works. It gets the job done. Yeah, and then once you sign it, you should be able to just say complete, and then it will send you an email of the signed agreement on both of our ends.
That's it. You see my signature?
Let me refresh my screen, my email, and make sure it's came through. Did you press complete after you signed it? So it would say, okay, you've signed.
Doesn't say complete. It says finish.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. Press finish and then it'll be done. All right. Sounds good. I just got it to my email. You should be getting an email as well. So let's get to work. I will, get the ball rolling on this thing and we will be in touch. I know you should have Daniel's info. You just need to take down my number. I'm sure you have it on your caller ID, but sorry, what?
This is telling me all set. Document is complete. Then it says down underneath, get your own documents, e-signed, and whatever everything you need for legally binding e-signatures, including unlimited documents and users.
Yeah.
That's my email.
You don't need to press anything.
Yeah.
You don't need to do anything else. You signed it so that I have the agreement and you also can open up the copy. And what we'll do right now is we'll send this over to title and I'll have title reach out to you when they need more information from you, because we're probably going to have to work pretty speedily with them to get everything taken care of. All right.
Yeah. The only thing, I won't be available between 1 and 2 tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
And was it 10? I won't be available between 9:30 and 11 o'clock on Monday.
Okay. Thank you for letting me know that.
Doctor's appointments.
Other than that, you're pretty available if I just call this number?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Matthew, it's been do you like Matthew or Matt?
Matt.
Okay, Matt. It's been a pleasure. I hope we're gonna work on this speedily. Is there anything else you'd like to let me know before I let you go?
Nah, I think we're set for now.
Okay. All right, we'll be in touch. Appreciate it. Oh wait, one last thing.
All right.
This is actually the last thing I got for you. Is to see the property. How do we see it? Like, is it vacant? Like, is the door open? We just have to go in, or how does that work?
Give me a call. I'll meet him at the door.
Okay, meet him at the door.
I live next door.
And do you by chance have any pictures of the property in its current condition that you could email me so I could get, like, I guess, a better idea of what we're looking at?
I told you I'm computer illiterate. I can't even text.
Okay. Don't even worry about it then. We'll get it taken care of.
I'm an old part that never wanted to change.
How old are you, by the way? You don't sound that old.
69.
Oh, no, yeah.
You should know that. You should see that in my email. Matt 53. I was born in 53.
I love it. I should have done the math. What was I thinking? All right.
Well, I guess you don't have that many. I guess you don't have that many fingers and toes. Yeah.
You're dang right about that. All right, Matt. Well, you have a good one. We'll be in touch. I appreciate your time. See you.
All right. Take care.
Later,
Bye.
brother. Bye. All right. What'd you think, brother?
Freaking shock, man.
Sure.
You are a freaking beast, yeah.
If you liked that content, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. And if you haven't already, check out my free masterclass I do every week. It's absolutely free, and I show you exactly how to do this business from start to finish, and I teach you. It's like a coaching call, but it's free, all right? So go to painlesswholesaling.com and register for free. I'll see you on the next video.